So I've been sharing my running costs of my heat pump, but a lot of the comments keep saying, yeah, what about the capital investment? In my case, it was cheaper for us to install a heat pump than it was to renew our gas boiler, along with the cylinder and some of the other improvements that were needed, controls, etc. So we also were on an open vented system and needed to go unvented. So there were quite a few things involved. Now, what I'm not so sure about is whether that is the case for many other people. So what I want to do is I've got a few websites open here so we can just get some quick ideas. Number one, Heatable. So I'm going to just pick two random houses as a little tiny little sample, and we'll get a quick quote online about getting a boiler installed. Then we're going to go over to Heat Geek and we're going to get their rough quote for one of their installations, and we're also going to try and get a quote from Octopus of roughly how much it would cost for them. So let's get started. Okay, let's go here. We're starting with a boiler over here, get a fixed price. Okay, and let's blur all of this out. Right, anyway, for this little simulation anyway, we're going to cut to the chase and we're going to say that's £3,835. And I don't think that even comes with decent modulating controls. All right, what have Heat Geek got to say for themselves? Start here. I can type the address out of your eyesight, maybe. Okay, so this is the Heat Geek estimation, and so it's saying that the parts, the labour, Heat Geek assurance total 14,776, and then it says the bus grant, and it says it's not eligible. You don't seem to have, because it doesn't have an EPC certificate. Okay, but if we were to take £7,500 off it, we're left with about £7,276. Okay, so we're looking at double the price of a gas boiler. But what do we get for that money? Well, if we look up here, we do get a proper system that is actually matched to our building. We get proper heat loss. We get an upgraded hot water cylinder, and they will change approximately 5 radiators, and we get the best controls. So yes, we're paying double the money, but we are getting a lot more as part of the package anyway. Okay, let's see what Octopus can offer us then. Right, okay. Okay, so it's £350 cheaper than the gas boiler, but you do get a new hot water cylinder. You do get, including that, any radiator upgrades that will be needed to make it operate at a good flow temperature and run efficiently. You're going to get the good modulating weather compensated controls as well. So that is looking pretty good. Comes with a 5-year heat pump warranty, 5-year on that, and then 2-year warranty on all other parts. I don't know what all other parts that may be. Okay, so far, Octopus are beating the boiler quote flat out. Heat Geek are more expensive, but you're getting more for your money. And then the Heatable baseline quote that we're going for that property, and it is a larger property. This one I've picked out is a 5-bed detached house, so quite significant. Now I'm going to reset everything, and we're going to try a smaller little 3-bed terraced, and we'll see what they have to say about that. Okay, for this property, this is a 3-bed terrace property with a combi boiler, so it doesn't already have a hot water cylinder, but it does have space for a hot water cylinder. It looks like it may have had one in the past when the building was built back in the 70s. But anyway, they are quoting on this one £2,685 to fit a new combi in there. And once again, what I wanted to know is this does... okay, it tells me specs about the boiler. Okay, here we go. Right. So it does have, okay, I think this one, EPH, I think this is open therm, and I think it does do modulation. I'm not sure if this connects via open therm to a Worcester Bosch boiler, so I don't know if it will be modulating correctly, but you're getting the flue, you're getting the boiler filter, and you're getting the cleanse and protection. Okay, all right, so our baseline for this property is 2,685, so we're making it a little bit harder, but let's see now what Heat Geek says, and then let's go and see what Octopus say. For the Heat Geek proposal anyway, and this is a Heat Geek assured proposal, it's showing that it comes out at £5,561, and that is after the government grant, of course. So you can see the breakdown of the parts, the labour, and the Heat Geek assurance. This property in particular, I know would be a nice, easy upgrade because it was our last house, and I'd already gone through and upgraded most of the radiators and had brought the condensing boiler temperature right down nice and low. Okay, interesting, and of course CO2, etc. But price-wise, anyway, that's the difference between 2,685 and 5,561. Let's see what Octopus Energy have got to say for themselves. Now, Octopus Energy are quoting £1,725 for this same property. So we can see that the boiler quote of 2,685 significantly cheaper for Octopus to go and install a heat pump. So I hope this small little exercise, I hope I can cut this down and make it quite snappy for you, but I hope ultimately you can see that it's not so cut and dry that heat pumps are always more expensive to install. I've picked probably Octopus Energy are probably the cheapest place that will install a heat pump, and Heat Geek Assured is probably the most expensive. So I've taken kind of the two bookends of the spectrum of what the costs would be, and you know, for example, on this 3-bed detached, £5,561, 1,725. Most of the installers are probably going to fall somewhere in the middle of that, and I hope this is going to be helpful to people, and hopefully it shows you as well that there is no better time than now to get a heat pump installed. Zero rated VAT, £7,500 government grant. It's like they had just given them away, and you've seen from my spreadsheets month after month that the running costs are lower if we can make the capital investment add up. And the caveat is always there. If you've got space for a hot water cylinder, if you can make space for a hot water cylinder, then it's a no-brainer. We should all be going for heat pumps. They're saving a load of carbon. They're going to save you money and running costs. And they're more comfortable as well. It's more comfortable to live in a home that's slow and steady state heating, low and slow. That makes a more comfortable environment for us to live in. So anyway, I've rambled on far too long. I'll cut a load of this down and you'll be able to see me on the next one. I need to start plugging all that YouTubey stuff, like and subscribe, blah blah blah. Anyway, you don't need to worry about that. If you like the videos, keep watching them. I don't care about all the other stuff. Bye.